Is your debt causing you sleepless nights? Knock your debt out with Debt KO. And your debt won't be the only thing keeping you up at night. Debt KO, free impartial advice on all your debt.
This is UMAR AHMED for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. This Saturday we're back at the Church House live on BT Sport in another, 50-50 fight, Frank, just like last weekend, Anthony Yarde v Lyndon Arthur.
Oh, it's another cracking fight, isn't it? You know, two guys at their best, and they've got a lot to go for. The winner will go on, I think, and hopefully get yourself into a mandatory position for a world title next year.
Again, similar to last week, where the WBO status was on the line, and we know that title was vacant, and I think Yarde's highly ranked and so is Lyndon in that organisation.
Yes, and the fact they're both ranked, that gets them up, gets the winner right up the rankings. Hopefully we can get him into a decent position.
In terms of the fight itself, again, a bit similar to last week, I keep saying it. Lyndon, a fantastic jab, world-class jab. We know Anthony's strengths, and a bit similar to Dubois, JOYCE.
I think it is. We said that, didn't we, when we made the fight with both the fights. They're again, both of them got this self-belief. Both think they got the beating of each other. And again, using the old cliche I always use, the fans are going to benefit from it. I think it's going to be a cracker.
How do you think it plays out?
It depends in the early stages of the fight. Really, and again, when you've got a fight like this, the early stages of the fight, who can get control of the fight, get the momentum, get the rhythm of the fight, and that is going to be the interesting, for me, is going to be the interesting moment, the opening few rounds of this. It's going to be quite, I know I said it for the last one, I don't think it'll go to distance. I'll be very surprised if this goes to distance with these two guys. Because they're going to wind up, at the end of the day, they're going to wind up, letting their shots go. That's what will happen. I think it's going to wind up being a bit of a barnstormer.
Well, let's hope that happens, and it sets the winner up for a massive 2021. But the loser, just like we saw in last weekend, can come again also. Absolutely.
It's not, it's how you lose, and also, we're not in the business of just dumping someone because they've lost. That's not where we're at, and we're going to ask Derek Chisora that. We've done that. He got beat 4 or 5 times, and when we kept finding him and getting him into bigger fights. But these fighters are capable guys, and you keep saying you've got to take your hats off to them because they're stepping up to the plate. They're willing to put all on the line, and that's what they're doing. But they're doing it for a reason. The reason is they want next year to be a big year for them.
A good title fight as well between Martin Bowser's boy Chris Burke and Michael Ramboletza, Frank, chief support.
I'm looking forward to that one as well. It's a cracking little fight, isn't it? I mean, there's some good fights on the card. So I think that's going to give everybody a bit of entertainment too, no doubt about that.
Talking about entertainment, Dennis McCANN is back on the bill. I know he's one of your favourites.
He is. I've got a lot of time for him. He's really done everything that's been asked for him. Unfortunately, he had an injury, so he's been out for a few months. But he's back in now, and he'll obviously be looking to do what he always does, which is to put on a show, look good, and again, 2021, he'd be looking to fight for titles, and we'll be stepping him. If he comes through, we'll be stepping him up big time. He's very capable. Still a kid, but he's very, very capable.
Is it difficult with Dennis to know how quickly to move him, especially next year?
Look, you can look at some fighters, and what they have. They've got the skills, they've got the talent they got. With young fighters, it's knowing how strong they're going to be in the later rounds. That's the one thing in the back of your mind, so you don't want to be, for want of a better expression, just throwing them in the deep end because you just want to do that. You think you've got that's it now. Let's see if take a chance and see if you can win a title. It's all about skill levels and the levels that they're at. And I think that Dennis, with what he's shown up to now, I think he's one of the most capable fighters in the country.
Okay, well, everyone tune in to BT Sport this Saturday night. Let's just go back to last weekend, Frank. Have we got an update on Daniel Dubois?
Yes, the two specialists that Daniel's seen, he's been 3 times this week to see the specialist. Obviously, one of the problems is when your eye is so swollen as it was, they can't do certain things that they'd like to do to it. They've got to let the swelling go down. But we'll have the written report today, and it will confirm that he has broken the floor of his orbit. He has a fracture, and he had a hemorrhage to his retina. And he was very lucky, as the doctor said, he was very, very lucky that it wasn't any worse than that. It could have been worse if he'd have carried on.
That's similar to Kel Brook's injury then.
I only know is that Kel had a fracture. I didn't know he had a retina problem as well. I didn't know that. But, if that's what it is, that's what it is. He had the same thing. But, he was in pain and it was damaged. As I say, there was nerve damage there and that was the pain. But, keep taking it away from Joe Joyce. Joe Joyce done extremely well. He capitalised on what he did with his jab. And it was, as I keep banging on that, it was a close fight getting into the round, into the round when it was, when it was all over. But, we will have that report, and I will show that report. You'll be one of the first to see it. I'm going to show that, and I expect an apology from Matchroom, Mr. Hearn, as to what he alleged and said about people lying and not telling the truth on the matter. So I'll be looking forward to getting his apology.
Okay, let's go back to Joe now. As you said, he deserves the credit. He won the fight. Contractually, Sam Jones did an interview with us a couple of days after the fight and said that there's been a short extension on his contract. Do you want to just elaborate on this situation, Frank?
Well, look, he is under contract to us. In our contract, there's a confidentiality clause. So I can't breach what a confidentiality clause is, but we are the promoters of Joe Joyce.
And he's set for a massive 2021 even with yourselves.
Look, I said that from the beginning. I said the winner of the fight will have a big year next year, and that's what he'll have. That's where we're at.
Well, we certainly know that.
I want to just say one thing on it. I also want to thank the support from various fighters that Daniel got after the fight, especially to Anthony Joshua. It was very kind of him what he did. Derek Chisora, quite a few people, and there's just two that come to mind. David Hay actually sent a letter saying he was unaware of the injury at the time, and he also sent one. And we've had some good support, and Anthony Agogo, and also Kel Brook. I was really thank them for that.
Brilliant. Well, you said Joe's going to have a massive 2021. The winner of this fight between Anthony and Lyndon certainly will have a massive 2021. Just a final word before Saturday night, Frank?
Look, tune in for this one because it's going to be a barnstormer. We had a barnstormer last week. Great fight, fought at great high tempo. This is going to be the same. These guys, as soon as that bell goes, they ain't going to be hard to find each other. They're going to get straight down on it. Watch it. It'll be a great fight. Thank
you very much, Frank. You going on a lunch date or something? You're very smart.
On a lunch date? Look, I'm going to have some lunch. It'll be my first one. We're allowed to go in the restaurant, so I'm going to have my scotch egg and a pint.
Top man, Frank.
Is your debt causing you sleepless nights? Knock your debt out with Debt KO. And your debt won't be the only thing keeping you up at night. Debt KO, free impartial advice on all your debt.